If you're gonna treat me as an option and make me feel like I don't mean anything to you, I'm just gonna wake up one morning and be like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore.
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at? Where do we find good men at?
You are a goddess. You literally have a portal between your legs. Men should be on their knees for you.
Some of these women today are looking for servants instead of looking for a man.
It sucks being 32 and single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that.
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist.
I'm so done with dating apps again. I was talking to this guy that...
We have to understand, delusion is one of the main problems that's killing dating. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
I'm scared to date, scared of love, I'm scared of men, I'm scared of anything to do with being vulnerable.
You're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're still single, and you are like, I swear I'm gonna be single forever, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. I feel you.
Why are women called gold diggers, but there's not a name?
I want to talk to you about my thoughts on feeling the spark when you first meet somebody.
It is time to get out of your situationship, but I can't.
Here y'all are at 45, 50, talking about where the good men at.
You want to know why most good men remain single, myself included? It's because all of us have had times in our life where we're doing perfectly fine on our own. We're financially set. We're living life on our own. We don't need anybody. But they happen to come into our life, make us feel like maybe this is the one time that she's going to make me feel special. Say things like, you're a catch, you're my dream man, you're so this, you're so that, I can't believe I found you, I can't believe I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Only to do what? To push him out of your life and act like strangers. The same thing you were before you met. So why even bother me? Why even bother that man? Why? Good men, like myself, it's not that we can't get a woman, it's because every time we try, we're shown exactly why we're better off alone. And instead, these women want to go after the guy that doesn't want them. And then they complain about why they're hurting and why he hurts them. A guy either wants you or he doesn't. There's no middle ground.
And there you have it. That's why so many good men stay single, because every time they try to give love a chance, every time they open up, commit, and genuinely show up, they're reminded why they pulled back in the first place. They're reminded that being a good man in this modern dating world doesn't always get you respected. It gets you used. It gets you overlooked. It gets you treated like a placeholder while she waits for someone better. He's reminded that peace, loyalty, and effort don't mean much when she's addicted to chaos, still comparing him to her ex, or constantly seeking validation from strangers online. So eventually, that man stops chasing. He stops proving himself. He stops trying to fix women who don't even want to fix themselves, and instead, he focuses on his peace, his purpose, his growth, because being alone and at peace is better than being in a relationship and feeling alone anyway.
I am single and have literally been single my entire life. And I try to give the dating apps a chance because how else am I supposed to meet a man? Like, they're not going to show up at my door. But every time I go back to the apps, the people that are recommended to me or that like me, I would literally run from if I saw them on the street. So if this is the pool that I have to choose from, I'd rather just die single. I'd be happier.
People are always like, oh my God, why are you single? Have you ever had a boyfriend or been in a relationship? It's fucking awful. I'd literally rather than be involved with a man officially. Unofficially. Period.
I have a question. What is going on with the men in 2025? I'm a 30-something single woman here in America, and every time I step out on the scene to simply enjoy the soft air that I've afforded myself, it seems like guys just ain't guying right now. What's going on? I mean, y'all are not being friendly, chivalrous, cordial, or even kind. So I have a serious question. Do y'all just not like women anymore? Y'all don't even approach women anymore? Y'all don't attach manhood to being a protector and a provider anymore? Like, I'm really confused. Y'all are misrepresenting y'all mamas in the worst way.
This is a problem that many of these women have. If you keep encountering the same type of men who treat you poorly, then maybe it's time to change your type. It's not rocket science. At some point, you have to take accountability for your choices. Quite frankly, men do not have to approach you, madam, if they don't want to. The entitlement some women have is wild, as if men owe them attention just for existing. Too many women complain about the same issues, but it's really getting them nowhere. What's worse is that many of them won't even approach the man they actually want because of their ego, their pride, or this outdated idea that men must always make the first move. Meanwhile, they waste years waiting on the right man to come say hello, while ignoring the fact that effort is a two-way street. If you want something real, stop playing games and start being real. A closed mouth doesn't get fed, and neither does a closed heart. If you keep moving the same way, expect the same results.
If you're going to treat me as an option and make me feel like I don't mean anything to you, I'm just going to wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm taking myself off of this motherfucking Ferris wheel and you have fun circling on your own. Like, I don't know. Invite all the bitches. I don't care.
I was thinking about this yesterday, and it just kind of sucks that we live in a world where men don't trust women and women don't trust men. So we're kind of all out here playing with each other's feelings, and it's tiring. So if you're serious, get at me, because I'm serious too.
Here y'all are at 45, 50, talking about where the good men at. They were back then 20 years ago. You said he was lame. You said he was boring. You said that you were too lit to be settled down. You were going through your whole phase. Remember that? So yeah, a lot of y'all have already missed that boat, baby girls. Or should I say baby grandmas? Cause a lot of y'all are way too damn old to be in these type of situations. And then y'all are seeking this advice from women who are still in the streets, who still don't have nothing figured out for her damn self.
This is something that happens a lot. Many women hit that age, 45, 50, sometimes even older, and start asking, where are all the good men at? But the truth is, a lot of them had their shot. They had a good man in their life, a man who was peaceful, steady, emotionally available, and genuinely cared for them, but they brushed him off. Now, years later, after the games, the heartbreaks, the failed relationships, they finally realized that the guy who didn't stress them out, who offered stability and peace, was actually the man they should have chosen. It's a cycle that's going to keep repeating itself, especially in modern dating, where modern women have been taught to chase excitement over stability, attention over intention, and independence over interdependence. They say they want love, but they overlook the men who are ready to give it. They chase the thrill, the mystery, the high-value man, but ignore the right man. And when it doesn't work out, they don't self-reflect. They just move on to the next guy, thinking he'll be different.
It sucks being 32 and single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that.
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at?
I'm starting to wonder where they are. Like, where?
What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person.
Guys will tell me a lot that they're like, oh my gosh, I just like you because you're like pretty, but you like actually have a personality. It's so hard to find a girl that's pretty and actually has a personality. And I'm like, okay, tag you're it. Where's yours? Because it's never both. They're never cute with the personality, you know? So tag you're it. You try it. How about that?
Someone please help me to understand this. Why is it hard for men to date women with kids? And when they do, why they can't just help out? I mean, you are in love with this person or you care about this person. Don't you care about their kids as well? You could at least give them a couple of dollars. I mean, the kids do need things that you can help out with the mother. What's the big deal? It's not being a simp. It's being a man.
Am I mistaken, or is this lady asking for help? Give out a couple dollars. What for? Emotional support? Groceries? A hair appointment? Let's be honest. It's not about the money. It's about the expectation that a man is supposed to provide just for showing up. If any man decides to deal with a woman with children, that's his problem, and hopefully he fully understands what he's getting himself into. But it's hard for the majority of men to date women with children simply because they do not want that kind of responsibility. And that doesn't make them bad men, it makes them honest. They know stepping into that situation means being expected to provide, protect, and possibly raise children who aren't even theirs. All while walking on eggshells. That's not dating. That's volunteering for a job with no real benefits. Most men are looking to build something of their own family, their own legacy. They're not looking to play stepdad just because someone made poor choices in the past and now wants a real man to come clean it up.
Okay, this one's for the guys. Do men actually want Christmas presents? And if so, what do y'all want? Like, also, would you get a guy who has everything? Guys, let me know in the comments.
It's crazy to me that people say, oh, you're too picky. That's why I've not got a boyfriend, because you're too picky. I don't want to settle for a half-assed boy. You're not picking your next nail set. You're not picking your next outfit. This is someone that you're going to go through the whole of your life with. Hence why it's called a life partner. So why would I settle? You know what, a lot of the time it comes from people that have settled and they just want you to settle. Well, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't making that mistake. 4 years single, 4 years happy. So you are not too picky. You just know what you want. And some people just settle. If you want it, that's fine. But no, not my cup of tea. So don't ever feel pressured by your friends. Some people meet at like 27, 28, 30, 35, whatever. It doesn't matter. Age is an illusion anyway. It's not even real. That's my thought of the day. Bye.
Can we bring back catcalling?
What?
Not specifically but like flirting.
Catcalling and flirting are very different things, but by all means, continue.
Men don't do it anymore. And I noticed this because they don't walk up to bars and they don't flirt, like at the gym, anywhere. Men don't walk up to anyone anywhere.
And why should they? They've been told to stay away from women, that women don't want them, they don't need them, that it's all men. Why would any sane man in this day and age walk up to a woman?
But they don't even catcall. Like the creepy men who used to catcall don't even do that anymore.
Apparently it's getting so bad out there that some women want attention from the creepy guys.
Men have gotten afraid to talk to women.
No, they're not afraid. It's just honestly not worth their time.
I'm not saying I need a man to catcall me, but a confidence boost every once in a while won't do me any harm.
Then go and get it from some of your female friends.
Let me get offended by you catcalling me at least.
So they want to be offended. I think I can help with that.
I walked through construction sites today and nothing. Not even a honk from a car. Not saying let's be creepy, but maybe let's be a little creepy and bring some confidence back a little bit.
If a person has to go looking for validation from outside sources, then they actually don't have any confidence to begin with.
Preach. We're trying not to destroy our peace if we're not wanted. Why should we go there? Just so they can say they are being harassed or stalked. I won't even compliment people sometimes because of certain people always being offended. It's almost as if their behavior is catching up to them. Most of the time now I won't even hold a door. I've had women get angry about that too. I've spoke about this yesterday as well. Women are now wanting to be catcalled by men because they miss the attention and validation. This just goes to show you never really know how much you appreciated something until it's gone. Now, I'm not saying that to justify catcalling. Far from it. But it highlights a deeper issue. The constant craving for male attention, even when it used to be criticized. For years, the narrative was all about how unwanted attention was harassment. But now that men have pulled back, moved quieter, and stopped engaging altogether, the silence is deafening and uncomfortable. Now this woman is upset because men don't talk to her at bars. They don't approach, don't look her way, and now she feels some type of way. It's almost like she expected the world to always hand her attention on a silver platter, and now that it's stopped, the silence feels personal.
You know, one thing that I started doing is I started romanticizing every moment of my life because I want to start a change in my life. I want to
I want to be happier, and I'm doing everything I can to be happy. I'm romanticizing every moment. I'm wearing this special dress, this special shirt, even if there is no special occasion, because life is so short, and I don't want to spend it moping around, being upset. Like, I have a lot going on in my life right now, actually, like, a lot, and it's really hard, but I'm so tired of crying about it, and I'm so tired of bitching about it. I'm just going to start romanticizing every moment, and I'm going to start seeing the beauty in everything. And I know, like, being overly positive can also be toxic, but, at this point, I just want to be happy, and I'm just going to start romanticizing every moment, and I'm going to start dressing up more. I'm going to start, doing my makeup every day and just doing everything I can to just feel better and just make.
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist. This is becoming a bit of a theme lately. Now, as a psychotherapist, I can confirm that there are many great guys out there. I've had them sat in my office and I have worked with them. The problem is the great guys, the good, kind, caring, authentic guys, tend to get caught up in toxic relationships, often with narcissists. So these guys are difficult to track down because they've often been pinned down and they've been so abused that they're not able to get out of that relationship and understand and get into a healthy relationship. These guys do exist, but sometimes, ladies, you've just got to be patient.
I did not expect for all of you guys to agree with me in my recent video about how hard it is to date. I was actually hoping for some advice, but apparently all of us are on the same boat, and there's just no men out here to date. And that just leads me to the question of why. I know I'm picky as hell. Every one of my friends say how picky I am and how it's just it's gonna get me nowhere, and I get it, but I also know what I bring to the table. So I'm just you gotta be picky because I don't want to settle, and it's been this long, why would I settle? But what is it about these men out here that's causing all of us in the comment section to realize that we're all single? Doesn't that seem a little strange to everybody that there was so many people that were commenting that they were just single too, and they have been for many years, and it shouldn't be this hard, right? Where are the good men? Also, the people in the comment section, men, that are giving us advice on why we're single because, and then it leads into something really rude and just judgmental. You're the people we don't want to date.
Well, apparently you're all on the wrong boat because there's plenty of men out here to date. Just because many women ignored them or pretended they didn't exist doesn't mean there aren't good men out here. What's really happening is that a lot of women only notice the men they want, not the men who are actually available and interested in them. They keep chasing a specific type, maybe the tall, wealthy, flashy guy with status. And when that man won't commit, suddenly there's no men out here. No, sis. There's no man you want that wants you back. Big difference. It's not that the dating pool is empty. It's that you're walking past 20 men to cry over the one who doesn't see you. And when you do that for years, eventually those men move on, level up, or stop trying altogether. And then you really start to feel the silence.
There is no worse feeling when you're talking to someone and you're excited about talking with them and you've been messaging them and then they go rogue, they go ghost, they go off the grid, you don't hear a thing and you're like, what the hell happened? And then you start telling yourself lies in your head and you're like, well, probably they're just really tired, or they have a lot going on in their life, or something happened in their family, or their pet ran away. You just start telling yourself things to make you feel better because you're like, how could they just stop responding to me? And then it's over because you go on their social media and the minute they post something, whether it's a photo, whether it's a story, you've lost them. They're gone forever. And your heart drops and you're like, oh, they're choosing to ignore me. Great.
If you have really unattractive people come up and approach you to talk to you and ask you out, you may be thinking about yourself, damn, is that what I attract? Am I on their level? You may take it personally, and I understand why you would.
But I just saw a TikTok that kind of blew my mind a little bit. And this was a guy talking about this. He was saying, if you get more unattractive guys approaching you, it really doesn't have anything to do with necessarily how you look. It's more so they have nothing to lose. They've had tons of rejection their whole life. So rejection to them is, they don't really care about rejection. It's a numbers game to them. So they're just going to go up and approach as many pretty girls, and one of them has got to stick. If they don't rizz her up, that's fine. On to the next. They just go from girl to girl and just seeing which girl will take a bite, which girl will go for it. And it does work for them.
There may be some truth to what they're saying, but the reality is, most of these women are attracting exactly what aligns with who they are and how they carry themselves. That's the part nobody wants to talk about. A lot of them get offended when they don't get approached by the tall, rich, extremely attractive guy they think they deserve. But the reality is, the men who do approach them are usually on their level, or what they can actually get based on how they present themselves. And the reason they get so offended? It comes from a false sense of beauty and value they've built up in their heads. A fantasy fueled by filters, makeup, social media likes, and constant validation. So when real life hits, and the compliments slow down, and the man they truly want doesn't give them the time of day, it creates this inner conflict. Because now they have to face something they've been avoiding for years, the truth about where they really stand in the dating market. Again, average women don't think they're average.
I'm scared to date. I'm scared of love. I'm scared of men. I'm scared of anything to do with being vulnerable. I feel like whenever you are vulnerable with people, they see your weakness and they violate. There's not really much more to it. Well, that's my view on it anyway. I just feel like in our generation, well, in my generation, finding love, finding genuine love is like finding a needle in a haystack. It's just, I just don't see it happening, or for myself anyway, like not again. It's tired, man. I feel like a lot of men just, they want the pretty girl because she's pretty, she's arm candy, she's a trophy, she looks good. But other than that, it's like,
any guy in any circumstance that says, I make six figures, makes $100,000 on the nose, nothing more. Okay? Because a man who makes a lot of money isn't going around and say, I make six figures. Only the people making literally 100.
Does she think that $100,000 a year isn't a lot of money? I'm sorry, are my six figures not six figures-y enough for you? She actually does answer this question by saying, not that it's not good enough, it's just a great indicator of a potentially shitty person because people who do make more don't scream it to look cool. But her own caption reads, if a guy ever says to you in any circumstance that he makes six figures, run. So is he screaming it from the rooftops, or is he bringing it up in any circumstance and you're conflating the two? There are many reasons a man might mention how comfortable his salary is to a woman that he's courting, most of those reasons coming from us women ourselves. We are, in fact, the ones shouting to the rooftops that we will not tolerate broke men, we will not tolerate men who don't make us feel secure. So when men go out of their way to let us know that they can provide security, why are we getting mad? It feels like just another way that the no, not like that tag gets added to something that we as a society asked for. So being broke is a red flag, but making too much money is a red flag. Not being transparent about your finances is a red flag, but now also talking about your finances is a red flag. What? My final question before anyone takes any further financial advice from you is, does your landlord let you paint your walls, or did you choose this grage?
The thing is, with these types of women, you just can't win. If he's broke, it's a red flag. He's called a bum, a dusty, a liability. They'll blast him online saying they refuse to build with a man, that they're not his mama, and he needs to get his money up. But if that same man grinds, levels up, and starts making six figures or more, that's a red flag too. Now he's arrogant, cocky, probably a narcissist, or using his money to control women. Like, what are men even supposed to do at this point? These are the same women who make fun of broke men publicly, but then turn around and say, I want a humble, down-to-earth guy. as soon as a man lets it be known he's doing well financially. So, let's call it what it is. It's not about red flags, it's about control. If he's struggling, she gets to feel superior. If he's winning, she feels insecure. So she'll try to find flaws in him to bring him back down. At the end of the day, a man's success isn't the problem. Her mindset is. And the sad part is, a lot of women are so busy trying to humble men that they end up pushing away the very man who could have changed their life.
This video is for all the women who are still doing all the things for men and don't feel fulfilled. You are a goddess. You literally have a portal between your legs. Men should be on their knees for you. The masculine should be worshiping, adoring, and revering the feminine. And if you are not getting that treatment, girl, you deserve to be.
How to tell if your man is in his princess era. Number 1, he wants you to text him first. This is 100% the case with every so-called man I've ever met. You know, they've never sent me anything because they're waiting for me to send them something first. That's what they're doing. You know, they're waiting. They're waiting around day and night for my text. They're literally waiting right now. I know it. I know they're just, that's why. That's why they haven't sent any. They're waiting. They're literally waiting. Number 2, they want to be treated with respect. Yeah, treated. Why do you as a man want to be treated? It's a little fishy, no? Number 3, he wants to talk about his feelings. Like, what feelings? Like, what? Like, I look at these people, and I feel nothing toward them. Absolutely nothing.
She mentions that a man who talks about his feelings requires basic respect, or expects a woman to text him first once in a while makes him a princess. And that right there, that's exactly why the majority of men don't open up, because the moment they do, they're met with mockery, judgment, or silence. When men express vulnerability, instead of being seen as human, they get laughed at, just like this woman is doing. It's a lose-lose situation. Stay quiet and be called emotionally unavailable, or speak up and get labeled soft, needy, or weak. And then people wonder why so many men bottle things up until they explode or simply walk away. Respect isn't gender-specific, it's a two-way street. But the moment a man asks for the same bare minimum that's expected of him, he's shamed for it. This mindset is toxic, and it's exactly why good men are choosing to keep their distance, protect their peace, and stop chasing people who treat their emotional needs like a joke.
Why are women called gold diggers, but there's not a name for men who only date attractive women?
Does this really have to be explained? Oh dear. So, most men typically only date those that they are attracted to. That's called normal. Some women will date a guy whether or not they're attracted to him or not, specifically because he has money. And that's why they are called gold diggers.
I agree.
I don't know. I'm just tired of the rejection, tired of putting myself out there, tired of like not being someone's first choice, or someone telling me like, oh, you're perfect, you're such a good girl, you have all the qualities that would make a perfect girlfriend and a perfect wife, but I still don't want you. Like, I'm just so discouraged, y'all. And I try not to be. I'm trying to see the glass half full and not half empty, right? Because whatever is meant for me, I will have it. And whatever is not meant for me, it will pass me. But, I mean, it's okay to have these feelings also. So yeah, happy Sunday.
Okay, I just had coffee with a friend, went to a new bookshop, coffee shop. I went to Hot Pilates. I'm shaking. Anyway, I was gonna go over my dating standards, okay? First of all, I have the regular standards that a woman should have, okay? I have a full-time job. I have an apartment to myself. I don't live with my parents. I feel like men should have those things too, okay? I'm sorry. But I'm not going to date someone who is like not at the same level as me to begin with, respectfully, okay? Because I work fucking hard. I put a lot of time and effort into myself, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, I need someone to match that, okay? Those are values. The values are needed to be upheld, okay? Call them standards, call them what you want. That's what needs to be held, right? When you're dating. Now, in therapy, I am learning to not just cut off someone based off of one interaction with them, okay? That's what I kind of mean. Not really lowering my standards, but just like opening myself up to different potentials, giving people grace a little bit, okay? Now, I don't want to say benefit of the doubt, because I'm not doubting these people. I'm just kind of like, okay, like maybe I used to think that was just like, all right, next. But now I'm like, all right, let me suss it out a little bit, you know? So that's what I mean by that. Not that I am lowering my standards. Holy fuck. Hold on, water break. If I go on a first date and someone seems like anxious and nervous, I'm going to give them a second chance. I'm going to go on the second date. Okay, that's what I mean by that. I don't think I'm asking for anything that is out of the realm of expectation here. I think that I have worked on myself. Again, therapy, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever the fuck you want. I have created a good life for myself by myself. I would just love to have a partner that has the same values and can just like make life a little bit better, you know? And is it a really fucked up expectation that we need that? Maybe. I don't think I need that. I think it would be nice. I have really good friends who have really solid relationships. And it's just like, I'm envious, you know? Not saying that I'm upset with my own life. Like, first of all, if I wasn't like unhappy with myself, then I wouldn't be looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for a relationship. I was just like open to dating this year. And I have. And I put myself in like vulnerable, open positions. And I'm just like, damn, this ain't hitting. This ain't hitting. So that's what I mean by that. Not that I'm lowering my standards. Oh my fucking God. That's what I meant. I'm going to go spend $200 in Costco probably. So, see ya.
This woman is confused. She genuinely believes that her job, career, having her own money and apartment somehow makes her a high-value partner in the eyes of a man. Don't get it twisted. Congratulations, you're an adult. You're doing what every functioning adult is supposed to do. While a man may respect your independence and admire your hustle, that's not what makes you stand out in the dating world, especially not to a man who's already got his own life together. So many women confuse what they value in a man with what men actually value in a woman. What many women don't understand is that men don't date resumes. They date for peace, support, femininity, and connection. Being successful doesn't make you a bad partner, but it doesn't automatically make you a good one either. A man isn't looking for someone to compete with. He's looking for someone to build with, someone who knows how to pour into him emotionally, not just brag about degrees and promotions.
It's so sad because a lot of times people who get hurt out here from relationships, they withdraw themselves from the dating scene. And 9 times out of 10, they're amazing people. They find themselves in the house on some low-key stuff, going to work, being with the kids, you know what I'm saying, doing low-key stuff, but they don't pop out like that for real. Those are the people that we're looking for. And it's crazy because at the same time, we are those people as well. So to this big question that you have in your head, where's all the good people, where's all the good people? Baby, they're inside because they have been hurt too much and they don't have time for this dating scene no more in these games. The last person messed it up. We just got to figure out our way to get to those good people so they can see how good we are, we can see how good they are, and we could just stay away from those crazy people because we deserve happiness. Forget the other shit.
Can I give you the real tea? Just really quick. A woman who has it all will struggle the most in dating. I don't think people realize how much of dating for many people is about leverage and ego. I'm gonna use some tropes, but we've probably all seen them before. The super successful athlete dates someone who is incredibly stunning, but maybe not that financially resourced. That is also why you see extremely successful corporate men also dating women who have a little bit more of a conservative look to them. In the example of the athlete, there's still validation in being with a stunning, gorgeous woman, but the ego is not threatened because she's financially reliant on him. Similarly, for the very successful man in corporate, he can show off his partner to the MDs at his job or the partners at his law firm. He gets that validation, but she doesn't elicit a ton of attention. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying this is law. I'm just saying a lot of people operate from a place of validation and ego. That leaves a woman who's both extremely gorgeous and also financially independent in a very difficult place. There's a lot of validation, but it's not an ease of ego. And the real tea is that a lot of men grossly underestimate very attractive women. I think some people enter into a situation or dynamic with an expectation that this might just be easy or fun with low expectations. And then when someone is financially independent and smart and interesting and attractive, that is a very difficult thing to sort of align yourself with. So to all of my brilliant, beautiful baddies, stay strong out there. It is difficult, but it is not you.
Well, women who are successful and have it all only struggle in dating when they're trying to be masculine and control a man. Just like she mentioned, these women are independent, and because they've been independent for so long, they don't know how to operate in a relationship. They also carry that mindset with them, the mindset that says, I run things, I call the shots. I don't need a man. But here's the thing, relationships aren't built on power struggles. They're built on balance, on two people bringing different strengths to the table. And when a woman is constantly trying to lead, control, or dominate every aspect of the relationship, she's stepping out of alignment with the very role she says she wants to play. A lot of these women can manage a team, run a business, or lead a company, but they don't know how to be led by a man. Not because they're not capable of being in a relationship, but because they never learned how to shift gears. They stay in hustle mode, survival mode, boss mode, and that's not what a man is looking for.
Now I'm in my late 20s and I'm old. I feel washed up. I feel like I need to find someone so I can just stick to and cling to and have a baby for. I mean, I want marriage, of course. I do. But I'm getting a little bit desperate because I'm getting older. If only if I was 23 again. And I just want to reverse back time and I can't.
She wants to reverse back time, but she can't. That ship has sailed. This is the kind of talk you hear from women who wasted years playing with their time, chasing excitement, attention or careers, while putting love and commitment on the back burner. Now reality is setting in, and what you're hearing isn't empowerment, it's regret. Regret for not taking relationships seriously when it mattered. Regret for thinking their beauty and options would last forever. Regret for realizing too late that the pool of quality men has gotten smaller, and those men have moved on. The truth is, time doesn't wait, and while she was out having fun, the life she thought would always be there slipped right through her fingers. Now she wants to rewind the clock, but life doesn't offer do-overs. What's left is the echo of missed opportunities and what could have been. She doesn't want love now. She wants to feel wanted again. But that window, it doesn't stay open forever.